Yeah, you're going to hear
God.
a lot of that.
Are we live?
It is.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another Simpsons Hit and Run All-Story Missions Tournament 2019 race. This one being between Gadie, I'm so tempted to call him something else there, but we won't do that. We'll be very respectful.
Yeah,
and La Lappin. My name is Harrison Rock. I'm here again, and I'm here with Sid as my co-commentator. How's it going, Sid?
Yeah, not bad. Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, these are probably two of the better runners that we've seen matched up against each other. That being said, Lappin hasn't run in a while, so that will certainly create a factor there. But Gadie, definitely a more active runner, so you'd expecting them to be a little close to the top of their game.
Yeah, Gadie's very active. He's quite good at what he does, so...
He certainly is, and he's the professor of wasps within our lovely community.
Yeah, he's going to put in a good show for wasps.
Wait, we don't run with intro cutscene, do we?
We are doing for the tournament.
Oh, we're doing intro cutscene? Okay, I need to set up my splits properly then.
And chat is already catching on to the Gadie meme.
Yeah, I shouldn't have even so much as intimating it. Yeah, I tiptoed around it, and Gadie was just like, "Yeah, let's go. Let's have the meme."
Can someone link the stream, please?
I got it.
Cheers.
So we are... very nearly underway now. I believe we're going to be doing a countdown. We'll do it both by voice and chat, as is tradition. Did you want to go ahead with the honours on this one, Sid?
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Say when you're ready.
And our runners aren't ready, so there we go. We've got to let them get ready.
You ready?
Hold on. Gadie, should we just move to general so that way afterwards you can get moved back to...
I'll just DM call you. It's fine.
Okay.
Alright. In 3, 2...
Whoa, hang on.
Lappin's not ready.
Okay.
Alright, I think everything's on. I didn't... If Jodike's not on, I'll open it at some point. Alright,
We'll be going in a minute.
Yeah, I should be good.
Alright, in 3...
Alright, now you're doing new game, aren't you, Lappin, just to be sure?
Yeah, I just had to reset my timer to 0.
All good.
Alright, in 3, 2, 1, start.
Alright, now, goodbye.
Alright, and once the feed comes through to us, which is generally about a 30-second delay, we will be away. Gadie is away.
And we are off into the opening cutscene.
So yes, I think we all know about the opening cutscene by now.
Yeah. This
Buzz Cola.
This is
FDA.
kind of a little bit of a meme.
Yes, a meme whose impact has really been lost since we introduced the rule that it can be skipped, and of course the vast majority of runners choose to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to change the title.
You want to see the opening cutscene. It's the only little bit of the story that you get, so...
I'm just going to go ahead and change the title.
Alright, and Gadie is going into Cola Caper.
Thank you very much, Aqua.
This mission is really, really simple, as it's only the tutorial.
Yes, don't think there'll be much to talk about with that. You can pretty much straight away see just how fluid Gadie is coming in Cola Caper. Just that small difference in driving. Gadie with I want to say 114?
114.
Actually, they know they...
And
yeah, they're pretty
cool. About the same.
116 for them.
And into SMRT. The runners will be picking up a few coins in this mission. For new runners, you sometimes get School Roof, but these two are very sort of well-known runners, so they won't be getting that at the school level.
No, I should definitely imagine both runners should have pretty advanced coin routes where they will be looking to get just as many coins as they need to buy the necessary costumes and cars.
And the first thing they're going to be buying is the Falcon from Barney to, well, they're not actually going to use it to do Smithers, but they need it to start that mission.
Hmm.
And Gadie going into Petty first. And Lappin seems to be having some weird stuff happening with the camera.
I didn't catch that there. What was that happening exactly?
Take that! Well, sweet! Well, it's about time.
So yeah, they're both pretty similar to each other at this point. Homer 1. With runners of this caliber, is hardly going to separate them, I think. So we'll probably be waiting until the next mission before we get too much happening.
Yeah. Petty theft is really like the first instance of traffic despawn.
Hey, I found my lost nachos.
So you can see Gadie, traffic getting his way just a little bit.
Yeah, he got...
Oh, Lappin,
Bus in
he's hit
front
the
of him.
school bus.
Nothing lasts forever.
And has he... And he's having to reverse out. Ooh, there's a bit of time lost there. That's not the best.
Okay, last one. Now where did I leave Rod's stupid inhaler? Duh, on top of the dump truck.
But he seems to have recovered quite quickly.
Now to return this
Gadie,
Oh, he's struggling
missing
to
the
get-
jump there. Yeah.
myself.
Usually
Oh,
you
he's
pull
gonna
up
have to go.
right next to that and do a, what they call a windshield jump, which is jump on top of the windshield of the family sedan and get it, but...
Gadie just parking in just the wrong position. Has to go all the way up the steps of the duff truck. So both runners, not the cleanest petty thefts in the world, but it's not going to make an enormous difference at this point. Gadie gets the wasp, if you want to explain that, Sid.
So, basically, wasps, they're kind of weird and complicated. So you can get like a set number of wasps in each level by doing what they call mission warping. So the rule is you can get 3 wasps by each level, and if you exit the level by mission warping, it like resets that, so you can get like the wasps again.
Easy as pie. Eggs over easy.
Yes, main menu warping as well, I think we call that. So runners coming into office space now. Lenny not getting up for Gadie.
Let's do this thing.
Well, and Gaddy getting a ute. Let's see what Lappin gets. Now the ute is slightly faster, but it's weaker. And the minivan thing that you'll see is slower, but it's tougher. So it'll be kind of interesting contrast if Lappin gets the minivan.
Let's see what Lappin's going for. Yes,
Oh, he
he's
got the
indeed going
minivan.
for the minivan.
Yeah.
I have no insurance.
When it comes to flowers, though, Gaddy will have a slight advantage in speed.
Gadie aiming to push Mr. Burns into the house, and he does it. No problems at all. This will probably be destroyed in just a few pushes.
Speed thingy.
3, should only need 1 more. Oh,
And
no, he
he got
needs
it.
another.
Alright, let's
Yeah,
see how
very
Lappin
nice.
does. Yeah, that was a solid push by Lappin.
Yeah, that was beautiful. He'll probably get this in 4 hits.
Piece of cake.
And Gaddy going to blind Big Brother. Is he going to go for button jump?
Mess up later.
Oh, yes, he is, and he gets it.
anyone like
Yeah, beautiful button jump from Gadie there. The 1 second time save. Absolutely beautiful.
George will clean this mess
This
up
mission
later.
is basically just a casual route, but done really, really fast.
If you're so smart, how come I broke you?
And doing a couple optimization strats here and there. The main one which you'll see for Gadie, which is where rather than waiting for the trapdoor, you just go along the railing if you need to jump across it.
Finally.
Yeah.
I am too smart. I am too smart.
We're
Gadie
gonna
coming
get
up
some
on
sexy footage in a moment.
Gadie probably with the edge, maybe only by about 5 seconds or so far.
Bearded cartoon creator incarcerated in a Peruvian jail. In other news, local citizens are outraged.
And we're into the cutscene.
Surveillance cameras throughout the town. We go now to City Hall, where Mayor Quimby is fielding questions from an angry mob.
These miniature cameras are an outrage. Spying on our women's dressing rooms, bathrooms, and locker rooms is unforgivable. I think I speak for all Springfielders when I say, where is...
This cutscene
Yeah,
is unskippable as of now, as of yet. No one's found a way to skip it yet.
Yeah, in the course of a run, of course, 5 cutscenes that you'll come across, not including the final cutscene, which doesn't really affect your time. 2 cutscenes are not skippable. 3 cutscenes at the end of Part 1, Apu, and Part 2 are skippable by pausing the game on a particular frame.
Out of control!
Probably the worst cutscene I find personally is Apu, because it's the longest one if you fail it.
No, it's definitely the one that hurts most. That being said, I think a lot of people have this experience too, where they find Part 1 to be most difficult. For some reason, Apu's never caused me too many problems, and Part 2, not too many either. Part 1, I just find a real pain.
Yeah. Most runners go by like visual audio cues for the cutscenes.
So both Gadie and Lappin now onto Flowers by Irene, where they will need to be following the surveillance van, and they'll be watching their traffic manipulation here as they try to A, make sure traffic's not in their way, and B, stay as close as they can to, but not ahead of the surveillance van, so it goes as fast as it can.
And that's what we call rubber banding, which it takes effect for the first 2 levels and is kind of there all the way through, but you don't notice it as much after about level 3.
Yes, I think that was a recent discovery, was it not, that rubber banding does exist from level 4 onwards, but it's just so slight as to be imperceptible. Gadie missed both wasps there. He's going to have to go back and get at least one, otherwise his coins will...
Ooh, Lappin got absolutely destroyed by that jump.
He's being Wheel of Fortuned, has poor Lappin.
Mr. Burns,
I'll do my best.
let's do this thing!
And Gadie is going into Bone Storm, which... This mission can sometimes be a bit weird, as in he sometimes doesn't drop the item. Preferably you want to get all 10 by the time there's the shortcut comes up next to the church.
Will be mine.
Solid looking Bone Storm so far. He's gotten 4 hits and they haven't even left the school yet.
I think he might get the shortcut.
Excellent Bone Storm from Gadie. He's done very little wrong here.
There we go, yeah.
I think that is the best Bone Storm I've certainly seen so far in this tournament. No issues at all getting all 10 before the shortcut.
Yeah, that was good. That was... I wish I could get that type of Bone Storm.
Yeah, very difficult to do to get it that optimally. And Lappin missing one. Oh, that's going to set him off on the wrong foot for this now.
Hey, Homer. Piece of cake.
And Gadie is going into the last mission. This mission, you can do a trick to save you going around the whole map. You want to like back up to that door and reset, and then you can back up and drive through the power plant. Obviously, the developers didn't really think out this that reset point very well.
I think it's fair to say, unfortunately, there was a lot the developers didn't think through with this game.
Yeah,
but they kind of got it working Yes,
Yes.
thank you, Cypher. Concurrence from our Lord Restreamer.
Yeah, this game's kind of hold together with glue and tape, really.
And immediately we can see Gadie already taking a little bit of a lead. I'd say that'd be around 30 seconds ahead, heading into part 1 now. So an 11:49 Homer 1. Quite a good time indeed.
Yeah, that's a very respectable time. I think Lappin's going to get something like a 12:10, maybe?
No, I think they'll have more than that. I think they'll be 12:20, 12:25 at least.
I'll get you, Bart, just like I got Charlie and Nam.
Now, this Skinner escape can sometimes screw you over. You're meant to... You go through, like, the train yard, and you take the shortcut. However, sometimes he can follow you, so the backup for that is you go into the DMV, because the interior for the DMV is out of bounds, so... You'll see similar things later in the run.
Gadie, the escape might not come off. Oh, they just get it.
Only just.
Thy name is Bart. Quit it, tar. Don't have a cow, man. Whoa, got it.
So very strong start from Gadie here. Lappin finishes with a time of about 12 minutes 30, I think.
Let's roll.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, Gadie got a sports car, which is what you really want for this mission.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say probably looking at 10-15 seconds time save, because sports car is a lot faster than the Honor Roller, the default car in this level. Not exactly known for being quick.
Yeah, the Honor Roller has some weird hitboxes as well. It's not a great car.
$1.
You probably want the sports car or the taxi, but the sports car is probably the best.
Sorry, Bart.
Easy peasy.
Lappin gets the fast escape as well. In their own gotta fucking remember what the mission's called.
Weapons of mass delinquency.
No, Lappin's mission was...
Oh, detention deficit disorder.
Yes. We know some missions by their abbreviations of their full name, but not everyone. We just call this Skinner normally, wouldn't we?
Yeah, usually. And Lappin got a sports car as well, so they're both doing very well.
Both good luck. Certainly not luck that you get every run, that's for certain.
Yeah. This mission isn't like an awful lot to say about it, because it's just talking to characters for most of it.
Yeah. The only thing that we'd even sort of call resembling a strat is what Gadie's about to do right now, which is to ensure that you can escape from Wiggum as quickly as possible. You want to be driving in a straight line past the sit and rotate room, and you should get away.
Oh.
He's not done it though, Gadie.
Didn't work.
Goodness, he didn't get away quickly enough. I think he had his car parked just too close to the item.
Usually what would happen is once you drive past Wiggum, he'll just start doing donuts and you can lose him. But that didn't work for him. I think he was slightly too close. I think I was in trouble getting out of the car there.
Fine by me. Time to lay some rubber down.
And into Vox. This mission isn't very nice. Sometimes the nerd car can push you and make you spin out. And Comic Book Guy's car isn't great, so that doesn't help either.
So we can just see Lappin is coming up to the end of their weapons. So how will they approach this? They just have the car just that little bit further back, and I imagine they won't have any issues with the escape.
Oh yeah, that was good. You got it.
Gadie wins their race in Vox Nerdly.
And you got
Oh,
another sports
beautiful
car.
luck there. That was beautiful luck.
No problemo.
You can often find in that mission, you might not even have a taxi or a sports car or just anything spawn around you. You can just spend 10 seconds and nothing will spawn around you.
Yeah, you can lose a lot of time there just waiting around by the road for something to come up. I think Gaddy's going to attempt to... Oh no, wait, no, you can't. You can do a trick called Dirt Jump, where you push the van up the jump and I don't know quite how much time it saves, but it's slightly quicker. He didn't get it there.
I think we'd say about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
He was just that he was too far behind Gadie to have a realistic shot of getting it.
Yeah.
Oh, I got my bear claw.
I think Gadie was attempting to get the wasp by the car wash there.
Yeah. You usually pick that up in Best and Beef, although sometimes you can get it earlier if you're lucky.
It's Bart time.
Oh, Lapin didn't even go for the jump,
Hey,
I guess.
Let's hit the town. Children weren't meant to get this much exercise.
So you got another one of those clever reset points coming up in a minute.
Yeah, so what the runners will be attempting to do is, rather than completing the race as intended by driving forwards on the freeway, they're going to reverse their car and reset their car just by a pillar. And by doing that, they will respawn the car much further down the road. So yeah, once again, not much to say in these missions in Part 1, and yet a lot of runners would say that Part 1 might actually be the most RNG heavy level in a lot of ways.
Yeah, definitely for traffic RNG it's quite heavy, because you have to change vehicle a lot.
And yet, I think you'd say Gadie's had excellent luck, and Lapin not bad luck either. So you haven't seen it so much, but in this
Hey there, Mr.
run for either player.
You got it.
And Gadie is heading into Best and Beef. I don't particularly like this mission, purely because at the end sometimes it can be a bit tight for time, and the train can sometimes crush you and blow up your car.
Oh, that was better than the movie box.
So Lapin not able to get the wasp in either time that he's passed. Might take a moment to have a look at the coin situation for both runners. Gadie's coins are good, maybe just a fraction on the low side, but I don't think they have anything really to worry about.
I think he'll be able to recover them. What's Lapin's point pick?
Oh, I'm gonna have to sell my smell house to pay for that.
So Lapin is about the same really, he's a little bit low, but nothing too much to be concerned about.
Both will have an opportunity to pick up a substantial number of coins in the very next mission, Monkey See, a Monkey Do.
Simpson at your service.
Oh, Gadie.
Gadie's resetting.
Did Gadie miss? I think we've missed, and chat's missed it too for that matter, that he missed a... Did he miss Roadkill?
I think he might.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he missed one because it said he still had like another one to collect.
Good. Gadie debating everyone. Yeah, Lapin will be ahead now. Absolutely. Assuming they haven't missed one and we haven't missed that too.
Oh, I could have made a good septic
Ooh,
system.
I don't know which one he missed, I didn't see.
Move it, land cow.
And now this puts
Yeah.
Lapin like substantially in the lead.
So we've gone from Gadie, who just seemed to be having pretty much everything go their way, to just goes to show you one little mistake and, you know, this happens.
Yeah, that's how quickly this game can turn on you.
Whatever just happened.
Lapin is now going to attempt upper escape, which I don't particularly like the strat. It's kind of difficult, and sometimes he's very good at following you. However, he seemed to get it quite well.
Yeah,
that
he had to
would
go a
be
little wide, but no problems. I assume that he will be getting the coins in the gazebo in the next mission.
That was better. Now we got to deliver the delicious goods to the buyer. I sure hope they
So yeah,
like
in
steak
fairness
sauce.
to
Friday.
Lappin,
Please don't
I'm
put
not
your
sure how
drink.
long it's been since
No one consider
he
what
would have
you're
played,
making
but I
this
know that
time for
Lappin
me.
hasn't been all that
Yeah.
active in recent times.
Yeah, it must have been at least about a year and a bit.
Crusty burgers, and the crowd goes wild.
But to be fair, he's doing quite well considering this is his first run in quite a while.
He is actually. I'd say he's built roughly a minute lead at this point.
You expect.
Will it be enough to hold on throughout the race? Probably not, but again, we just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Hi, Doc.
So here, Lappin's going to get to pick up quite a few coins. He's going to get that gazebo box and wasp, hopefully. This mission, there's not really much to say. It's just collecting 30 monkeys while picking up coins.
Fine by me.
Yeah, and relying on having completed the main menu warp to collect as many coins as you can by hopefully getting at least 2, hopefully free wasps with your car. So you can see Lappin there gets the first wasp. Beautifully done.
Oh, that sign.
Yes, getting over that little hump is never the easiest thing to do.
Oh, and he didn't get the wasp, but he got the box.
Is he going to get out to collect it? He is not.
Wait, did he miss? He missed the box on that step.
He's missed everything.
All right.
Lappin with a nice jump up onto the construction site so we can pick up the box there too.
That was totally awesome. Oh, this is too cool for school. I didn't do it.
Yeah, both of them. Sometimes that jump, it's easy to like overshoot it and not be able to get the box. Well, in worst case scenario, miss the item.
Yeah, so be very unlucky to do that because then you are looking at a substantial time loss.
So cool.
Oh, Lappin's going to get out to get that wasp.
I think both runners are both runners. No, they're not synchronized to where they physically were. Thought they were for a moment. That was a mirage.
Charlie horse.
And Lappin's about to head into, well, they're both actually about to head into sellouts, which is, this mission causes a lot of resets in early game. It can be quite, sometimes the cars can be quite difficult and traffic can get in the way.
Here's your last.
So this first vehicle, you certainly want to get it done quickly, but oh yeah, that was really good stuff from Lappin.
Yeah, you got pretty much first hit.
Oops.
The first car in this mission is pretty easy, but it's mostly the last few that can screw you over. Mostly because of traffic, and sometimes just because they're either going too fast or too slow.
I don't remember these being here before.
Lappin with just not doing quite as much damage as you might have hoped on that second car.
Yeah, I think I'll be able to get it here. Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
You managed
brings
to
it against the
recover
wall.
it.
Very nicely done.
Yeah.
Gadie has probably going to get the backup too. Yep, very well done by them.
Lappin got a lot of damage on that. Oh, there we go.
You did actually, yeah, that was very well done.
Oh, that was so cool. Not the detailing.
both runners having almost identical sellouts, I want to say. So Lappin finishes their fourth car with 6 minutes 27 on the clock. Gadie may
Gadie's
well
having
finish
that
with the same amount.
Last car getaway. 6:28.
Yep, 6 minutes
so
28.
Pretty much the same. They both had a little bit of trouble, but they both got through. We're approaching the first cutscene skip. This is a 2-frame trick, I believe.
2 frames, yes.
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh, he's going for a pause. And Lappin got it.
Lappin, he gets it. Beautifully done. And Gadie.
Bang, they both got it.
So cutscene
nice.
skip will not be the run killer today.
Hopefully
It's
not.
all going to be about skill.
And the first mission of Lisa. This is basically the same mission as we had in Bark, but longer.
Yes, it is interesting. I've actually been thinking about that these past few days, about how they kind of almost the selfishness of the game developers to just repeat the exact same mission between levels. I mean, let's not even talk about autopsies.
Yeah, I mean, they had time constraints, I guess, but mostly the comic book guy and Cletus missions are very, very similar.
Yes, there is a lot of sort of recycled concepts throughout the game.
I guess
That
that's
being
due
said,
to time constraints, but it's still quite a fun game.
yeah, it was carried by the gameplay in this, which was excellent for its time, and is still really fun today.
Yeah, it's one of the best licensed games, so. Oh, and Lappin got busted though. It shouldn't be
Ooh,
too
so
much of a
that
big deal, but
yeah, it shouldn't. They'll still have enough coins to buy both the car and the costume that they need in this level. So they've got time to build their coins up again.
Hello, Springfield.
no, and Gaddy
Slightly
running over the
interesting.
Millhouse, so.
I could show you
Yeah, interesting strat to bring the car as far forwards as you could.
Also,
Gaddy really had
got
it
a
out.
sports car rather than Malibu Stacy.
Yeah, this is a not a strat that we see all the time, certainly.
Not the car.
In fact, I would suggest this is the first time I have seen it done by a runner in the tournament so far.
Yeah, I haven't seen it so far.
You're going. Sorry.
Gadie phasing through the pin maker.
Yeah, that log arm thing is slightly weird. It has some sort of weird collision, so sometimes you get absolutely launched by it.
Am I old enough to drink coffee yet? I hope these are recyclable. I'm gonna have to do so much babysitting to pay for that. I need speed. More speed.
And here they're going to get a chance to pick up quite a few coins. Yeah, and Gaddy's going to go for it. Preferably, you want about 800 or 900 coins, but both of them should be fine.
Yes, if our viewers recall the run earlier this morning, we had both runners were they had a ton of coins, so hasn't been too much of an issue for anyone so far.
They both
Yeah,
get
hit and run.
though from that.
Both have hit and run.
I think they're about the same in terms of coins.
Gadie makes it with time to spare. Lappin might just be thinking that they want to get a move on.
Whoa, I had better hurry. Last time I left this store, hoodlums put pornography in the Vital magazine.
And this is one of the first strats in Lisa.
I am a
Basically, what you want to do is you want to push Cletus into the car park near the arcade. Gaddy didn't get it.
No, he's missed it. Is he going to go for the backup or reset? He resets.
He resets.
Let's just do this thing. I need speed. More speed.
And that car is getting in his way.
Forward momentum.
Gee, traffic has not been kind in these first two attempts. Gadie, he's missed it again.
Oh, Lapin's slightly wonky version. Maybe he can sort of play it out.
This will be tough because he'll have a reasonable chance of escaping here. He needs to stay close. Yeah, he's going to escape.
Yeah.
Or no.
Maybe not. Maybe he's... It's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to be monkey-essing all the way, but Lapin, with a version of the strat, and Gadie on his third attempt has gotten the perfect strat.
Oh, and oh no. Okay.
Time to move.
This is not good for my insurance.
That was pretty cool. But Bart's still missing, and I'm no closer to finding him.
Well, they both managed to get it eventually, even if Lapin's version was slightly wonky.
Except why I ever came to this jerk water.
Yeah, so in terms of video, both runners basically synced at this point.
Yeah, they're pretty much in sync.
Professor Frick, I am the Lizard Queen.
And here they're going to buy the costume they need for one of the missions coming up.
The Lisa Cool costume, because if you want to go riding with a policeman, you need to look cool.
Mm.
Maybe a
Cool.
soy pop would perk me up.
I think the story is it's like one of Ralph's old Halloween costumes or something.
Yes, I can't even remember that one.
Otto,
Both runners
both
with
got
the
fish
fish fan. Did Lapin want to attempt to get Camp Krusty coins?
hello, Springfield.
Is he going to get it with the bus, I wonder?
The time for action.
Oh yeah, he's going to get it with the bus.
Most likely is, yes.
I'm getting a bit stuck
Almost-
on those rocks, but... It's a very
Beautiful,
solid hit there by Gadie.
Yeah, beautiful first car. Lapin, however, misses everything, and if that car gets beyond the dam wall, then, yeah, not the best start for them.
Yeah, it's going to make it slightly tougher for him. Oh, that did decent damage, although...
Ow, my hair.
Yeah, traffic did not treat Lapin well there, that was for certain.
No, the fish fan got in his way quite a bit.
I go, girl.
Ooh, oh.
Gadie with a... that's a very good second car.
I hope these
Yeah.
are recyclable. Oops.
And you're going to push it into the arm. Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, that slipped away from Lapin slightly.
Yep, it has swerved away. A good backup. Oh, very nice backup. Oh, except it is going to be... he's not going to be able to get his car in there. Oh!
It's gone out of bounds.
It has phased out of bounds.
It's empty.
I think he's going to have to restart the mission.
In this town.
Yeah. Unless he wants to get out and attempt to ground pound it about 100 times, that car is not getting damaged.
Excuse me.
No matter what he does.
I've never seen that before.
Let's just do this thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
is he
he's
going to ground pound it? No.
No, he's going to restart.
He's going to restart.
And Gadie going into slivery sleuthing.
Well, so is that, I'm sure that our moderator team will know, is that something that we have ever encountered?
I've never seen it before.
Yeah, that was extraordinary.
Well, they're saying that I've managed to get out of bounds in those houses in different missions, but not Hellfish.
Yeah, the consensus is that that is something that we have never seen before.
That means
Gadie
Gadie is now taking the lead again.
Yeah, he's a little bit behind Snake. He wants to hope that he gets good luck here. I hope he has called Snake a nice man.
There we go. Yeah, equal. So Snake can drop anywhere between those two signs, all the way to the observatory, and he cannot drop on the jump.
Don't be alarmed. I'm a professional.
So yeah, two pivotal moments swapping the lead in this run. First, Gadie missing one of the roadkill pickups in Part 1, and now Lapin with something that you'd almost say out of his control. Like, how could you anticipate that of even happening?
Yeah, because it's something that you don't see really at all. So that wasn't
Just
his
all-
fault.
Speed for speed.
Yeah, just nothing you could do about that, and yet it's lost him a lot of time.
Fish delivered to a happy home.
It puts Gadie quite a way ahead.
Have a good life.
Interesting, Gadie didn't reset there, he just turned around.
I would assume that the time saved there is not all that much.
Now you'll never be
Yeah, I
fried
assume
and
it's
served
not
with tartar sauce.
massive.
Next time, watch out for nets. They'll be turned
So let's see
into
what
wine.
kind of luck lapping gets from Snake.
Love a pound cake.
He's going to need it because hopefully he can catch up a little bit.
He's sticking close to Snake, so except what a drop! That was not a friendly drop.
Nah, that was some bad dropping on Snake's part.
Both runners not even having so much as the opportunity.
Ooh, no.
It's beyond the bridge. That is almost as late as it can be. Oh,
Managed to stop before he went off.
He just gets it.
Savor your freedom, my cold-blooded friends.
So as we head towards the end of Lisa, both runners still very close to each other. Gadie might have probably only approaching a 1 minute lead. Not any much more than that, I wouldn't have thought. But we've already seen two very dramatic lead changes. And we're only 3 levels in.
Hello,
Yeah, it's
Springfield.
I'm not even sure at this point who's going to win this.
The time for
Yeah, Gadie did not select Malibu Stacy, or did whatever they've done, it was a mistake, and it will cost them time.
Yeah, because usually you go down to the phone booth near the dam, but for some reason he decided to get it at the mission. He didn't
I would
manage to get
assume it was-
fast limo.
Kind of.
He kind of got some damage, but oh.
And
Oh,
now
no.
he's not going to be able to push it into the stairs. This will cost
That's
him
not
beach coins. If he... Oh! Okay, so yeah, pushing it off causes a respawn.
That was not nice to him.
I hope I can buff that out.
Oh, he didn't make that jump.
So Gadie is going to go back for beach coins. Don't really have a choice because their situation with coins still isn't as good as it could be.
Yeah.
Oh, and getting physics to bit there too.
Yeah, you got sort of stuck on that exit ramp, but no.
What is Gadie doing?
Usually you get out of the bus and like there's this weird walk you can do where you sort of teleport up the pier. But
Yeah, his reset button must be broken. This is it's inexplicable. We don't understand why this is happening right now. Yeah, something isn't quite right with Gadie's game here.
yeah, it seems like there's something slightly broken about his reset. Alright, he's gonna go for pole jump. This can sometimes not be very nice.
He kicks the pole,
He
tells the
keeps-
pole what he thinks about it,
Streets.
Oh, he's gonna
and
have to.
yeah, he's going to have to go for the I'm just not sure what Gadie is doing here.
Wait, so he's gonna go for the other one, which is because there's like 2 poles you can jump up on. There's one that he went for before and he missed, which is slightly easier, and then he's going for this one. Maybe he did that because he went to the wrong pole.
Yeah, suffice to say, we're not quite sure of some of the decisions that Gadie is making. Reset button or no reset button, that was a very strange decision.
Yeah, that was a slightly strange ending for him.
Couldn't jump
And
or
now
car
we're heading
reset since the
into-
start of Fishy. Oh dear.
heading into March, and Gadie doesn't. He seems to have stopped.
I think
Oh,
this
there
is
we
the
go.
delay from where
Yeah.
he was probably letting us know in chat what was going on.
I think Lappin is catching up slightly because of that.
Well, he's more than caught up. He's ahead again, and by about 40 seconds as well. Those last two missions are not kind to Gadie.
Yeah.
And not having it just shows you how something as small as a reset button can have a big impact.
Lappin getting slightly physics there by Canyon Arrow. Canyon Arrow is probably one of the worst cars for physics, at least. It has some weird things where it flips around and does donuts and stuff.
So I think the Canyon Arrow has what physicists would call a high center of gravity, and what we in the community would call jumps around like a mofo.
Yeah. Gadie got the strap for donut truck though. And Lappin didn't attempt it. He attempted to get I suppose what is a backup now. He's having to chase after it, unfortunately.
He's attempting to right his car in such a way to block the path of the donut truck, but yeah, here we go. He has got the strat, and not a moment too soon either.
The only disadvantage, the only sort of problem with the strat is that sometimes traffic can come along and hit your car and screw you over.
So this will cut Lappin's lead probably to about 15-20 seconds. So nearly halfway through the run, and still all to play for.
Yeah. You're only like 4 levels in, and there's been a lot of changing positions and stuff.
There has. There's been at least three lead changes that I can think of.
Gadie had a very, very, very strong beginning, but
He really did
Lisa
everything.
was just not nice to him.
Yeah, and it was only the last two missions in Lisa as well. Everything before then, he did well. So we come into Redneck Roundup now. This can be a bit of a... Yeah, there's plenty of Monka S as well.
Yeah, it can sometimes be a bit tight, especially if he drops an item in a slightly weird place.
Ooh, Lappin, the physics of the Canyon Arrow, doing everything it can to put him out of the path of the Cletus.
And that's why we don't use Canyon Arrow for the whole of March, because just how bad the physics are.
Yeah, if the Canyon Arrow decides that it wants to slide you along, it can put you in a lot of pain. Neither of our runners brave enough to mini grind on the box there.
Yeah, it's a very, very risky thing to do.
Some people
This is
suggesting
dropping
that,
really, really late for Gadie.
yeah, that was a and it, on the side of the road as well.
I'm gonna go and buy the Margin Mate outfit, which you need for the next mission.
So Gadie's coin situation still just a little on the low side.
Yeah, he's still slightly low. I haven't seen Lappin's coins yet. I expect we'll find out in a minute. Oh, Lappin's quite good on coins at the moment. He's actually okay.
Yeah, he's quite a bit further ahead. 813 versus 728 for Gadie, heading into the same point.
Catch-up logic is easy enough, apart from just that last item in the power plant.
Oh, I could have made a good septic system out of that.
The only thing really making this mission difficult is Cletus's truck.
Gosh, I wish I had some really big tires like I saw on the TV once. Smashy
Yes, I think it would be fair to say Cletus' truck, not exactly a fan favourite.
No.
We know it has some defenders, but we do not listen to them.
Oh, I'm gonna have to sell my
I think
spellhouse.
and Gaddy's going to go for the wasp that's down near there. Oh, and he doesn't get it. He missed it completely.
Don't worry, that stuff heals fast.
Gadie running a little close to hit and run. They should be okay, and they do not get gammed by the Wheel of Fortune either.
Dog, dang
Yeah.
it.
You should be able to avoid hit and run. Oh, that garbage truck just absolutely destroyed him.
It yeeted him.
I'm sorry, but you're too slow.
Much consternation regarding the close-up camera being used by Gadie.
Yeah, that's not something you usually see runners use. I'm not sure why. I guess he's just not bothered.
I wonder if this has something to do with the control issues that we know that Gadie has been experiencing.
Oh, Laughing got exactly the same treatment by that garbage truck.
Slow and steady wins the race.
And Gaddy's gonna go and swap out his car to the Wait, what?
What?
Why is he going? Oh, he.
I
for
think
some
he's
reason
checking
went-
his coins.
Uh,
Is he checking? That's all I can think of.
Probably. So, as you can see, Gaddy's now switched to the Malibu Stacy car, which same speed as Canary, but it just handles slightly better. But the downside is that we have Lisa. So, yeah.
What a letdown. Oh, that looked expensive.
And Lisa is like 5 decibels louder than every other character in this game.
So we as commentators are in the wonderful position of not being able to hear anything going on in the game. So I'm sure Lisa is screaming away right now, and we can't hear it, can we, Sid?
No,
Did I win?
it's nice.
It's pretty good. The only thing I can hear is you.
That's really worse. So.
It's okay. I'm dealing with it.
You get your Papega phones out.
Oh, I hope I don't have to pay for that. Not too fast, not too slow, just right. How could you? I hope this car doesn't stink too bad. Ice your wounds.
So something interesting happened with this black car. On the last item, he can try and drop it in the same place, or you can try and drop 2 items at once, which causes him to get confused, and he'll go round the loop he does again. They say it loses like 2 minutes or something. It's not.
I'd say minute 30, based on my experience in having it happen to me. So we saw that both Gadie and Laffin will be going for the Wasp here. Very difficult to get the hit on it, but it can be done.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, approximately minute 35 seconds.
Yeah.
There goes my college money.
So for those that are unaware, there has been a concerted effort in terms of reverse engineering this game. And one of the things that we have recently discovered is basically some of the conditions for how it is possible to fail in this mission, even when the distance meter between you and the car that you're following is not empty.
Yeah. There's been quite a bit of sort of looking into some of the mechanics of the game, especially like follow mission and drop missions.
I need speed, more speed.
So no 2-cycle for Gadie. They come back for the Wasp. They still don't get it.
I need speed, more speed.
Not the friendliest Wasp there, that is for certain.
Smooth like zero friction.
Not only that's the time.
Lappin did get the drop. No 2-cycle for them either.
Oh my
I don't think there's been a 2 cycle so far in the tournament.
Not that I am aware of, although I'm sure chat is about to explode with yeses or nos.
There probably has been, I've just missed it.
Maybe. Yes. Maybe. We had
We
one.
had one.
We're
Oh, okay. And I think the chat's about to explode with crab circles memes.
Maybe these will jog your memory.
So, into the second and final unskippable cutscene of the run.
Tell me about the
Yeah,
circles.
this cutscene causes a lot of memes, and some particular people like doing Marge impressions.
They do, and it won't be either of us.
No.
I don't feel the need to put my voice in that kind of pain. Yes, the distance between them is slowly increasing in terms of desync. Yeah, and in terms of the race, however, still very close. Maybe a 20-second margin between them.
Yeah, there's not much between them now.
That sounds awfully familiar. I think it was at the Quickie Mart. That's it. It was on a bottle of pop. Maybe that will jog Bart's memory. I won? I'm sorry.
Can we just check with
So-
chat? Is there anyone in chat that calls soft drink pop? Do you exist? Are you real?
I always thought it was just an American thing, but Americans call it like cola. But
We call it soft drink, and when I was little, I called it fizzy drink. But yeah, never pop. It's just Dan's game.
no, one person does.
I swear I used to be a better runner.
So for some reason in March you have to buy 2 outfits and no vehicles. I don't know quite why. I guess story.
Because I think one of the things that has been discussed in terms of the development of the game was, and this was often a strategy used at the time that it was developed, was to basically lengthen the casual playthrough of this. They introduced the mandatory costumes and cars because that would encourage the player to basically have to search for many more coins than they would be able to find in a casual run. So a first playthrough of this game would take a lot longer than the speedrun does.
Yeah, that's to basically just extend playtime, I guess. Because, I mean, even once you've collected all the collectibles and stuff, this game's quite a short playthrough compared to some.
But I think this is definitely an example of where the speedrun time very different from the casual time.
Yeah. Although, a lot of like how long this game takes depends on how you find the missions. Like, there's particular missions that some people find very hard casually.
Such as set to kill, never trust a snake, jump out.
Yeah. Autopsy free.
Ah, yes, that as well.
I remember I used to struggle with actually this mission. I used to struggle with Cola Wars for some reason.
Don't remember having too much trouble with this. I think never trust a snake was the one for me.
Yeah.
If you're younger and you struggle with getting that route, then that mission is a hard time.
However, I didn't really mind because the music is quite good. So. And Gadie is going to what we call cola trucks. It's kind of like sellouts, but harder, with bigger vehicles.
Much harder. Because the cola truck is not well known for behaving.
Yeah, and also traffic is quite a big factor.
Lappin missed one of the cola bottles. Yeah, one of the bottles of pop.
Luckily, it was one that was fairly close to him, so it wasn't too much trouble. Gadie getting a hit and run there. Hopefully that won't affect him too much. Preferably he doesn't want to get busted though. Ooh, and he missed a jump.
He's missed the jump. He's going to have to go the long way around.
Lapin didn't manage to get that first cola truck.
He'll get the bust. Gadie busted. And coins, I think we can officially call coins an issue for Gadie now.
Yeah, he's got to purchase the costume and the car in the next level quite close together.
Very good at this. Ow! Woo! Keep canyon narrow.
To be fair, Lapin has about the same amount of coins as Gadie now.
Time to drive this car.
Yeah, you can see Gadie obviously identifying that need for coins, goes for the checkerboard wasp. And Lapin struggling with this collar truck because it has gotten itself stuck in a very awkward situation.
Yeah. And
Does eventually manage to damage it.
Gadie got completely gamdoned. Right, this last cola truck can cause quite a bit of trouble because there's not really any backup for it. If you miss that, then it's kind of... You just have to try and hit it against as many things as you can.
But it's not an issue for Gadie there. He gets the strat almost perfectly. Maybe only losing a second or two to execution, so he'll be off on his way, assuming that the Canyonero can drive in a straight line.
Yeah, you got a bit physics there, as we call it.
Just having a look at the second truck there for Lapin, and again, I was about to say it didn't go all that well for them, but they did quite well.
I mean, he managed to bring it back decently. So.
Yeah, both runners having to just extend their time out a bit, making sure they can that they're not dangerously undercoined heading into a poo.
This is another case of going into an interior to escape an AI, as the interiors are way out of bounds, so you can just escape easily.
And Gadie
doesn't run you over.
Yeah, and give you a fake bust, because that is not a real bust.
Yeah, it's because of the car, I think. It's on the hit-run cars. Gadie now entering into Apu, which is arguably one of the hardest levels for speedruns anyway.
I think that there's an argument as to whether Apu or Bart 2 are just straight up the hardest.
Yeah, I find both of them hard. Mostly because of coins.
Apu or Marge. Sorry, I don't even know what I'm talking about there. Yeah, what am I saying? Bart 2 is not a particularly hard mission level in comparison to those two.
So Gadie is going to go and buy the Apu American. You need that for not the next mission, not that one, but the one after. Because Apu has to look American to follow Wiggum. I don't even know. The story of this game is confusing.
If I recall, Apu needs to act American to not get suspicion. Makes no sense, but I mean, story's a story.
Yeah.
I think both runners are almost inseparable right now.
Yeah, they're pretty much neck and neck at the moment. I'd say there's about like a second or two between them, but
once again, we're being treated to a classic race.
Yeah. Now this mission can have 2 cycles as well, but it's less common. I've had it happen once or twice, but if you get it in this mission, then it's really not nice because he has to go around the whole thing again, and he's got a longer route than the Wolf's sedan.
I've been fortunate to never have it happen to me.
I had it happen in my first 2 runs.
So guys, did you know Did you know, Sid, that there is another race coming up after this? This is only the first of several races in today's schedule.
What race is coming up to next? Let me have a look.
That is a wonderful question, Sid. I can tell you for certain that the very next race that we are expecting is between DILR Smith and DJ Lampton in only about 2 hours' time.
Nice segue.
And did you know that this run is being commentated by Aquadreams
And original.
and allegedly very original?
If he turns up.
Yes, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Gadie managing to improve his coin situation quite a bit there. As long as he doesn't buy army, which he doesn't, yeah, no problems at all.
Yeah.
Hello, stereo.
Yeah.
We have seen an army buy. We saw an army buy in the very last race, in fact, by LP3, I believe it was.
Yeah, I think so.
Smash my skull. Oh, I have ruined my fence
Yeah, the
for
same can happen in Marge as well. You can have something by classes.
Have to hurry up or my arranged bride will chastise me. That car belongs in the bargain bin. I make this look easy.
Doesn't quite get the optimal escape strat there, Gadie, but he should still be able to pull away heading towards the dirt jump. Yeah, no problems at all.
Longhorn is known for not being very nice to go up steps in.
Thank you all for coming.
I guess it's just too light. Gadie's actually trying to go for something that was kind of discovered recently, which is fast baby van, which kind of makes him easier. Oh no, wait, no, he isn't. Okay. Oh wait, yeah, he is. So it's basically, it kind of makes it easier to manipulate the baby vans, and you can push him into a corner. We don't even understand this mission very well at all. It's weird.
Oh, no! Jiminy crickets!
Yeah, baby van is certainly something that, even with the efforts of the reverse engineering, we still fail to understand it.
There's two types of baby van. There's either him being kind of smart, or there's him doing donuts and flips and stuff.
Which we call a 200 IQ baby van.
Yeah, two-head baby van. Gadie, that wasn't too bad for baby van, honestly.
Yeah, but it's always so hard to, a boring baby van. We didn't see any, there was no flips and shit, as you say.
No. I mean, he did like one donut, but...
I must admit, the smell of fresh air is much
Let's
more
see how
pleasing than the
Lapin
odor of a
does.
hot dog machine.
I'd like to say both runners still almost inseparable.
Yeah, they're pretty... There's only like a second between them, so still. Nothing major has happened yet. Gadie's kind of to get
that being
gazebo.
said, Gadie, yeah, taking a little bit of time in the gazebo and missing that, you don't have a great deal of time to get these donuts, so he's going to need to get a move on.
Yeah, you don't.
Hopefully my store will not be
I remember actually, I used to... Oh, he's restarting.
Yeah, he knows he needs to reset because he, very good chance that he would not, that he'd fail.
Lapin is getting completely screwed over by the baby van.
Yeah, certainly not the best luck for him. And again,
Gadie obviously still hasn't taken his driving test yet.
now can Gadie get the wasp here? Yeah, beautiful.
Like the wasp master he is.
Yes, if there's one man that we would expect to understand the way that wasps work in this community, it is Mr. Gadie. Mr. Gadie has made very detailed videos on how wasps work, and I would recommend if you have any interest in understanding how they work in the context of speedrunning that you look at them.
Yeah, it's kind of like rocket science, but sharp.
That's exactly right. We believe that Gadie was offered the opportunity to work at MIT or on this game. He chose to work on this game, and we're so much richer for it.
To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if he was like one of the developers or something.
Yeah, Gadie may well be Ian. He may well be the legendary Ian. He'd never say.
We're yet to find who Ian is.
So I don't think traffic was traffic not being the friendliest in this mission for Gadie.
Yeah, he got a little bit trafficked. And Snake
did.
diving away from him there.
He was never at risk of failing, but if anything, it was just causing the police cars to not drive very quickly. Lappin wants to stay in touch because when it's not in the way of traffic, the police car will go.
Yeah, he was getting slightly sort of trafficked there, and he's at risk of getting hit and run as well because of that. He managed to catch up quite quickly though, so he should be fine.
Oh, I smashed my skull.
Once again, just considering where these runners might be relative to each other, I don't think they can be split. I think they are almost identical still.
Yeah, unless something goes horribly wrong in like armored truck or something, then they're gonna be pretty much neck and neck.
I think it's reasonable to say we've had some very good races so far. I don't think we've had a photo finish. And I think if there's a run so far that we've seen that could be, I think this could be the one.
Yeah, they might end up tying, possibly. Or if one does win, it's only going to be by like a second.
I'm not sure of Lappin's knowledge of out of bounds, to be honest.
Yeah, Gadie said he's going to go for it. We'll see how it treats him. A lot has changed since Lappin last sort of ran this game consistently.
It has. It's only really been in the past 2 months, actually, that we've had... There's just been so many discoveries of this game. Some related to reverse engineering, others related to just general discovery, and then, of course, we had a major discovery around time skipping.
Yeah, time skip's a really big thing. Arguably one of the biggest things other than out of bounds.
Yeah, even just the way that out of bounds has developed in the last couple months has been really remarkable.
Yeah, out of bounds has come quite a long way from where it was originally. Especially in Autopsy 2.
I'm flying!
Yep, Spooky Greg. I hope we'll see you, Spooky Greg.
Hopefully.
Once again, so obviously Gadie not being able to complete the mission has brought them right back again. I'd like to say that Gadie might just have an edge now.
Yeah, I think a little bit. This mission is kind of mean because the amount of time you have at the start is the amount of time you have for the entire mission. So. Gadie should have enough time to get back to the DMV. Lapping getting zapped by the wasp.
Oh, Shiva smiles on such behavior.
I think armored truck might be maybe what splits them.
Well, I mean, let's not forget we have a 2.5 minute cutscene that
Yeah. On top of that,
both runners would be hoping to skip.
There's still quite a bit that can go wrong, unfortunately.
There absolutely is.
Gadie main menu warping there for wasp purposes.
I must admit, the smell of fresh air is much more pleasing than the odor of the hot dog machine.
So Gadie, beginning armored truck.
Like out of my way, walking dude.
Big moment in the run.
This is kind of like the difference between like a run dying or a run succeeding. RNG bless. Bless RNG.
Gadie going for the quick escape. He's keeping his car fast to the left as he can.
Is he gonna get it? Yeah, he got it.
He'll get it. He'll be coming around. He has to be very careful not to spawn in the truck there.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Ooh, I'll vote Quimby just. Oh,
He's missed it.
yeah.
Or has he gotten the backup? It's hard.
He might have
Has
got
he
the
gotten
backup.
super duper accidental backup, as I've dubbed this?
I think he's pretty sure that it's gonna stay.
Well, he certainly thinks he's gotten super duper accidental backup. He's gonna have to go for it now. There's really no other choice.
It seems to have worked for him. Hopefully it doesn't escape. Maybe.
There's only one way to find out, and that is to drive away. Ooh, Wasp's not being friendly. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, he's certainly not at risk of... There he goes. He turns away, but he does most of the damage. Gadie...
He should be able to blow it up by a hit. Yeah, there we go. That could have been a lot worse.
And so Lappin has just gotten the main strat pretty much perfectly.
Yeah, you got...
In fact, look at the damage that's doing. That is 60 FPS right there. You can see that damage counter is flying up. He won't even be all the way to the east side, and that truck will be probably damaged.
Yeah,
when destroyed.
Yeah, he should be completely destroyed by the time, like, way before he gets to where the mission ends.
So yeah, that is definitely one of the advantages of 60 FPS. That there is actually another strategy which is can be used on 60 FPS to try and catch the armored truck in a different location, and it will damage very quickly.
Yeah.
If you do not, that's it, Tapu. Make them like it. Oh, Mr. Bart.
Coming up on the last mission of Apu, where there'll be the skippable cutscene. Now this mission in general can be a bit difficult.
Yeah, I would say armored truck followed by curator is probably the hardest back-to-back in the game.
Yeah. Also, you don't get an awful lot of time to drive to the curator. If you want to get coins on the way, it can be slightly tight for time.
May have been going for pole strat, he didn't get it, so he's going to need to go for the older strat. Pushing up against this wall.
Oh, he got it.
He gets it.
That was loads of damage. Shows how good 60 FPS is.
We're seeing Gadie in chat. I don't know if that's a good sign.
He's putting sad faces. Oh wait, is he gonna miss it? Oh, he got it.
Gadie with the debate.
Bart Simpson at your service.
We have been taken for a ride here. I don't know about you, but I feel taken advantage of.
Yeah. That was not nice of him.
Whoa, that was a big one.
Take that.
Ow. I broke something.
First mission of Part 2. This is a very sort of... This is where you can get hit and run, especially on the pier.
Totally right.
All right.
Whoa, yeah, take that.
If we just continue to Lappin, oh, traffic not treating him well at all. This curator is going much further than you'd ever want to see it go.
Yeah, he's
Oh
Fair to say
dear,
that
this
traffic
is
isn't on his side.
so Lappin will lose their lead almost certainly to Gadie, and still with a cutscene skip to come.
He's really going to want to get that cutscene skip, otherwise he's going to be very far behind. And he gets hit.
And hit and run, he'll be busted for sure.
And oh, he's riding the police cars.
Wow, there you go. Not busted in that instance.
Easy peasy.
I'm surprised. I
Oh,
would have thought that would have
I
been a
totally
bust.
rule.
Alright.
Hey, Kearney.
We're
Let's see
heading
if he
back.
gets
This
it.
is it. This is the moment.
Oh, he got it.
He gets it.
Barney, we're fine by me.
Extraordinary,
Equally-
actually. In terms of Gadie's coin management, has been through that Apu was really good.
Yeah, he's very good with the coins at the moment. I'm not sure what Lappin's coins are like at the moment.
I'd like to say that
Lappin's
they
got really good coins.
Whoa, wicked.
no
Yeah, well,
Lappin 486. They need 600 for the Globex.
Actually, yeah, he's gonna end up. I think he's realised now that he's very undercoined. If he buys Globex, then he's gonna have to. He's gonna be like at zero, pretty much.
Oh, I shouldn't enjoy this so much.
Okay, he didn't get launched by the limo, which can happen. I think it was like the kiss of death or something, where you hit him and then it sends your car flying into the air.
Yes, I think it was Gibstack that attempted that. In a very meme-heavy run earlier, we saw Gibstack successfully executing the Kiss of Death,
Bart Simpson style.
and then going ahead to lose that race, if I recall.
I think so.
Totally awesome.
Lappin getting that box, I don't blame him.
They won't be able to avoid a grind. They're going to at least need. They're going to need to go into the coin room because the vend will not be enough.
Yeah, he's gonna have to mini grind for
No
a little bit.
I mean, at this point, they might as well just take advantage and go and do a full round of grinding.
Yeah.
My ovaries.
I think he's probably gonna have to get the neighbours' coins and wasps in Homer 2, probably.
Whoa, wicked.
Unless he manages to grind enough coins, but grinding is going
They
to set
do.
him back quite a bit.
So I think they are going to do a full grind. Yeah.
Woo, nice one. Energy depleting. Need
Meanwhile,
sugar.
Gadie getting out of the car and climbing on top of the bowling alley. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, he's trying to get that wasp.
Simpson requesting one pimp.
Yeah, and he wants to be very careful here because that wasp. Yep, he's got to go.
He's giving up.
If anything, he's
Unfortunately,
lost coins because that wasp zapping him, taking his coins away.
I blame his computer navigation.
Yeah, that's left him kind of a little bit undercoined, and I expect he was
Gadie-
probably panicking because he was thinking that he's going to lose. Right.
He ends up worse than he started, which is just about the worst outcome for him there. He doesn't get the vend at the top near the Krusty Burger. He does get the vend there.
I think it's pretty much fair to say that rubber banding pretty much doesn't exist at this point.
And to the extent that it exists, it's pretty much invisible. Gadie having to watch their hit and run.
All right.
And Lappin doing donuts.
Oh,
That
he's
one.
been spun 2 times, 3 times. This isn't skateboarding, mate. You've got to go. You've got to drive.
He's been thoroughly diddled, as a certain person would say.
I don't even know who that person would be.
Aqua.
Oh, okay.
Professor Freak, you got it.
Gadie going into
Bart
what we call
Simpson
duff track.
at your service.
There's, if you miss the backup strat, then this mission can be very hard.
Lappin will lose this race. Yeah,
Oh.
they've lost the race.
Oh, he lost the race because of that spin out.
Oh dear, so Lappin was already nearly a minute behind before that, and they're in a world of hurt now.
I think unless Gadie really messes up, then he's probably going to win.
We don't know how out of bounds are going to go, but
That's true.
you'd say in one sense it almost does take the pressure off, because Gadie may or may not elect to try some of the riskier out of bounds.
That's a slightly weird duff truck, but it's working for him.
It will work for him. You might even say, if you could get that consistently, it might be what you want to do, because you're just that little bit closer to where you want to be, but he hasn't gotten it.
It's slipped out of under him. He's not going to be able
And in
to get
fact,
the back up now.
The duff truck in this mission is very unlike the traffic duff truck. It drives at about 1,000,000 miles an hour, and you can see already well on its way.
Yeah, Glowbex even struggles to keep up with it.
Eat my dust, dust eaters.
Oh, yeah.
Mine, all mine.
And yeah, duff truck doing a bit of a yippee hee haw there.
Time for some road rage.
Also, Gadie's hit and run meter is quite high at the moment. Lappin is still on limo race. I think he's going to win.
Yeah, he'll win that. No issues at all there. But you'd hate to say it, but the damage is almost done.
Yeah.
Watch the master.
Gadie now has hit and run, which he preferably doesn't want to get busted, but hopefully, oh yeah, he's avoided it.
Principal skip. Fine by me.
Now going into the Skinner mission. I don't particularly like the strat, but some people say it's easy, some people say it's hard.
I believe this is one where I've often heard the line that once you understand how it works, you're fine, but if you don't, then yeah, it can be hard.
Ooh.
Gadie, it's not going to come off for them.
That's unfortunate because you can collect quite a few coins there, because when Skinner hits a wall, he'll blow up the boxes and vending machines and coin grinding ring.
Oh, Gadie misses everything there. And that is a bad miss, because now that Skinner is going to start rounding this corner, there's just very little places to hit to get him.
Yeah, it's very hard to damage him, because unfortunately grinding him against walls doesn't seem to do very much.
Eat asphalt, asphalt eaters.
His best bet at this point would probably be to get in front of him and do like a massive front hit, but
You do that more often.
So yes, it provides an opportunity for Lappin continues to play well, maybe catch up.
possibly.
No biggie.
If he gets like a really good duff truck. And he doesn't, providing he doesn't like lose Frank or something in this mission.
Eat asphalt, asphalt eaters.
Gadie has struggled to
Hey, wannabe.
do the damage needed to destroy Skinner. He's not even getting it with that hit, so it's going to keep going past the observatory. And he won't get it here.
Oh, there we go. That was weird because I thought that hit would have killed him. That was a pretty solid hit.
Krusty, no problemo.
And now Gadie going into set to kill. This mission is the bane of my existence, pretty much.
Certainly the bane of any child's existence that played it.
And luckily in Speedrun Low we have certain ways of getting around this mission and making it easier.
Time to lay some rubber down. Bingo!
And Gadie is going for fast set to kill.
A strat that was really only formulated within the last few months or so.
Jump to light speed.
Yeah, it's
This is
basically
too cool for school.
the basics of this is that you just miss out sort of chunks of vending machines. So then when you come back for them, then you'll have more time to get back to Krusty Blue Studios. However, it can be quite tight on time sometimes. But if you pull it off, then it's quite good. Lappin getting kind of bad duff truck. And he's... I think that's going to escape from under him. Oh, no, he pulled it off.
Eat my dust, dust eaters. No worries.
So Gadie, I think they've got the time needed. 16 seconds on the clock is pretty safe here.
Yeah, he's pretty safe. And, yeah, he'll be good now. Lapping going
Now Lappin
into...
come. Full Metal Jackass, this is where they may well be able to take a bit of a march back on Gadie if they can get the main strat here.
Yeah, that this was really, really not nice to Gadie. As you can see, he's having to get that coin room because he missed it. Ooh, Lappin got it.
Lappin gets it. Pretty much perfect.
This may help him catch up if out of bounds goes badly for Gadie.
They'll still be behind, but the margin has been cut probably by more than a minute with that alone.
Learn to drive, dumbass.
Gadie coming into the very final mission now of Part 2. Kang and Kodos drive back. There's really one only thing to do here, and that is go fast.
Sometimes you can sometimes you can lose this if you get really, really bad luck. Most of the time, you're okay though.
Yeah, just moderate level of driving skill will generally get you through here, and I think I was going to say Gadie should be okay because it appeared the chaser down had become stuck, but it's moving.
What's up with that?
And we're coming up to the last cutscene skip. I would say I find this one easiest, but
Yeah, it's never been a huge issue for me.
and he got it.
He gets it. Good stuff.
And now he's going into Homer 2.
So we just don't know. This is going to be a very big question. What out of bounds, if any, is Gadie going to do today?
I know he said he was going to go for out of bounds. I know he was practicing it beforehand. Whether it will treat him nicely or not, that's a different matter. And I have no idea if Lappin's going to go for it. I somewhat doubt it.
Ooh. Oh, Lappin has missed the jump, and he will not be able to make it back in time.
He is not going to be able to do this. Oh, no.
He's missed it again. He's failed the mission. Lappin came so close. He brought it back.
Guess I'll have to use a heart or a pillar now.
That's so disappointing for Lappin.
I feel sorry for Lappin. I mean, I don't know if he can even catch up at this point.
I do feel like Lappin's run might well be done with that, but you've got to adopt a never say never attitude, don't you?
I mean, unless like Gadie gets a really, really bad out of bounds or blows up the waist for some reason. Although even blowing up the waist, it's only a very, very small sort of time loss compared to some of the other missions.
So we'll certainly be watching with great interest, particularly on 7-3, to see how that strat treats Gadie, and if it doesn't treat him well, then you know who to blame.
Hey, you there! Let's do this thing!
Hopefully we will see the return of Spooky Grey.
Eat my dust!
Yes, I haven't seen Spooky Greg in a run so far. It's we've missed him.
Let's do this thing!
So pretty much for the rest of, well, for Gadie anyway, it's mostly just driving as fast as he can. But if he goes for out of bounds, then he's not quite out of trouble yet.
I'm a lean, mean speed thingy!
Yes, it has become a bit of a truism, actually, amongst many, that, particularly for the top speed runners, that it can be very hard to even say you're on PB base and PB pace until you get to Homer 2, just because of how unpredictable these out of bounds can be.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen many runs from, like, say, Liquid, for example, who's lost a run just because of out of bounds.
Hmm.
Please don't sue. Mistakes were made.
Nothing is probably going to have to get neighbours now. He's still like at least 100 and something out. The alien class got stuck for Gadie.
And it's going the long way around. Yep, Pega indeed.
Yeah, kind of approaching sort of whether this run's going to live or die.
So here we go. 7-3. This is it.
So what you want to do is bounce off that door and climb up the wall. However,
Bounce off, reverse, and pray. Oh!
He got stuck on the cage.
He has. It looks so good for the first second. It was flying up, but then it got stuck.
That was a very, very good start though. And I don't know if you can do like e-brake boost in hovercar.
So it hasn't come off the second time either. He just needs to take this. He just needs to take it slow. There's no need to rush this.
Oh, a lapping foul cutscene skip.
He's missed a cutscene skip.
And also, you went the other way around for the mission. I believe going like the other way around past the observatory is like an old strat. I know some people still do it. But...
It's a safer strat. It takes slightly longer, but it is safer. I understand. So G, yeah. And with Gadie getting 7-3 out of bounds, they will be well on the way to very competitive showing in this race.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain now that Gadie is going to win this.
So you can see a complex series of manoeuvres needed from Gadie to make sure that he can continue to be driving out of bounds all the way back to the power plant. If you don't do these series of events, the car will return to in of bounds, basically.
Yeah, he's basically kind of skipping triggers to load in the map. Unfortunately, though, without bounds, there's a lot that can go wrong. So, and I think hopefully we'll see Spooky Greg, maybe.
I think we have a decent chance of seeing Spooky Greg. All Gadie needs to do is not fall through the void when he finishes his mission.
He said if his run was like really bad, then he would like hang around to get Spooky Greg on purpose.
I think we have a decent chance of seeing Spooky Greg.
He's climbing up that tower with decent speed.
He is. Climbing up the tower has not the easiest for some of our runners, but Gadie doing very well.
Yeah.
Slight optimization there to Alt-Tab out of the game to ensure that Homer can continue running.
Laughing stream seems to have frozen, or it keeps freezing.
May well just be experiencing some latency issues.
Oh, he didn't get Spooky Greg, he got the ghost boat.
We're seeing Spooky Boat, no Spooky Greg though.
No,
that is unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out to Gay. Go on.
Let's just hope traffic is on the side and the boat comes up.
I don't know about this from Gadie. I mean, there's 30 people in this chat that were expecting Spooky Greg, and they have been robbed. Well, so Gadie will have to face he'll have to face the music when he finishes this run, because I certainly know that'll be the very first question I'll be asking him.
There's going to be a lot of angry chatters.
Yeah, but what is this boat? It's just terrible.
Piece of cake. mean speed thingy.
So, apart from just a little bit of a delay in starting the out of bounds in 7-3, Gadie has done very little wrong.
Yeah, I mean, he had a very, very strong beginning game. There are only a few things that went wrong for him, but he managed to recover quite quickly.
Yeah, no, there were certainly some mistakes, but it just goes to show that even with all of those, Gadie probably heading for maybe a 140, so he's probably 6 to 7 minutes ahead behind his PB, I should say.
Sweet acceleration.
You'll see him do various things to skip triggers, send the map won't load in, and he can stay out of bounds and drive straight to the power plant.
So I may have misspoken there. The assumption of a 140 would be inbounds. Gadie may well get a 138, 39.
Yeah, something like that. Lapping 145, maybe 146.
Would depend on whether they even so much as attempt strats. They
Oh, he's
are
going for out of bounds.
going to give it a go.
Oh, no, dude.
We'll just pull off. Oh.
Not a bad start.
Should be a thousand.
Doesn't seem to be on the cage. Is it going to slip out though? That's what she said.
Maybe. Oh. How do you get it?
He gets it. Lappin keeps it in. And he is away out of bounds.
I was not expecting him to go for that.
Yeah, he made that look pretty easy actually. As we turn our attention back to Gadie, completing the second autopsy inbounds as he heads back to the power plant. Heads back to the school, I should say. So yeah, Gadie has done his homework. In fact, he understands exactly how to execute this out of bounds. So full credit to him.
I must say Lappin's doing particularly well considering he hasn't played the game in a long time.
Totally.
Yeah, Lappin's been offlining.
He hasn't been streaming it anyway, I don't know if he's been playing it otherwise. And Gadie heading into the last mission of the game.
Crashing time.
Back in my day, we called sandwiches flat Freddy. It cost 4 playing cards a bite.
And people say I'm slow. Wait a minute.
And it looks
So
like
it's-
he's not gonna go. He's not doing out of bounds. He's gonna go for it
Don't tell
normally.
anybody I did
Yeah, no out of bounds in these last two missions. Start putting in our bets, chat. What time do you think Gadie is going to be getting? Use your
Lappin seems to
phones.
be doing something with the wall. I don't know quite what. He's trying to get close enough, I suspect.
Yes, because I think you need to get the car close so that you can jump through the void, don't you? Yeah.
And he's just checking if he can.
diggity down.
We still have a chance to spooky go chat. Don't worry.
We had to say diggity.
All right, so we've got a 141.
Doctor had stolen our word 20.
141 flat. Gee, that would be a bit of a tragedy, wouldn't it? 1 minute 41.21 from Jordan.
Be mine.
All right, I'll work the pedals and you steer.
I blame society.
I reckon it'll be like a 140, 20 or 30 maybe. Something like that.
It won't be that low, but a high 140 I think is possible.
140, 50.
Every minute might be my last.
140.57. Flight sale of the century. Is it higher or lower? There's no Australians in this chat. No one will get this joke.
Good joke.
Was Sale of the Century even on TV in the UK? Or was that like an Australian show?
Please don't tell anybody I did this. Let's make the scene.
Nothing made many
Thing is, I'm not imagining these guys. Oh, come on.
Okay, there's at least one Australian in chat that grew up watching Sale of the Century.
Metal skull. I'm diggity that was quick.
Gordo, you're probably like 12 years old. Sale of the Century was a game show on TV in the late 90s, early 2000s.
It cost 4 playing cards a bite.
Gadie is he's gonna win, basically. Last little bit, unless traffic really, like, ruins him and makes him love the race, he should be fine.
Aqua, you cannot change your guess. Just because Cow's probably going to be very close. Oh,
Gadie missed the chip.
That was kind of close. And it's not sub 140. It is a 1 hour, 41 minutes and
6
seconds.
Gadie is the winner. So,
Oh,
when
wow.
you're ready, Gadie, you can hop in chat and we'll ask you some
Oh, hi,
questions.
Gadie. That was fast.
Hello.
Winner! You're the winner, Gadie.
Let's not talk about that run.
Let's talk about that run.
It was very up and down.
What was the first thing I was going to ask you? Yes, the first thing I was going to ask you was, no Spooky Greg. Why?
It didn't spawn.
That's unfortunate.
I did look back when I got the boat to see if it spawned, but I didn't see it.
So you probably would be quite happy with that out of bounds the way it all went, actually. It was a little slow getting going in 7-3. Everything else went pretty well.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
And,
I don't really I'm not really all too bothered about out of bounds or something. It's just go for it. If it's fast, it's fast. If it's not, it's not.
And you missed one of the items in Best and Beef.
Yeah. That's just autopilot.
Yeah.
I tend to do that quite a lot if I haven't played in a while. So it's not unusual.
Were there any sections where you thought Lappin was going to catch up?
Well, we were both in a VC when we was doing it, and we were just talking to each other and we were just laughing about how we were failing and everything was just going from one thing to another. In terms of RTA, I know that we were neck and neck. Yeah, I think there was a point maybe, but I can't really recall it.
And chat's blowing up with slow limo, so.
Oh.
Yeah. We won't
so
mention that,
limo
let's
didn't
say.
quite work out for you, did it?
To be honest, that limo was an absolute disaster.
That was kind of a mixture of me panicking that my jump and my car reset button wasn't working.
Yeah, we thought you were having some trouble with
Yeah, that's what the main menu warp was for.
No.
Because I was like, oh, my car reset's not working. If I main menu warp, it'll fix. But turns out...
it didn't.
It still didn't fix it. And I think when I pressed jump on my spacebar to try and jump on the pole, it fixed it. So
it has been brought to my attention that we have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've had 12 runs so far, and of those 12 runs, 10 have been won by the contestant that was on the left-hand side of the sign-up sheet.
what can I say?
What
Gotta rig a
can you
tournament
say?
somehow, right?
Yeah, there's only one way to rig a tournament, I guess, isn't there? And that is to control it from top to bottom. And Gadie, you're doing well on that. Congratulations.
Oh god. No, but that run was an absolute disaster. It went from one thing to another. I know Lapin had some moments where the sedan got stuck behind the fence in.
Yeah,
that was extraordinary. That
was hilarious.
Yeah,
no one had ever seen that.
No.
Yeah.
And also he failed set to kill as well.
Yeah, he said that.
Trying to think, was there any other missions that you failed, Gadie?
Oh god.
Aside from Better Than Beef.
Better Than Beef. I restarted this little piggy.
You did, because there was a bit. You went for the coin patches at the start there.
I went for the freebie, which I didn't get. Speaking of bees, my freebies that run were all over the place. But they were few and none. Basically, I think in Monkey See, Monkey Do, I got 1, and then in Barton Frink, I missed one, and then I tried to do my coins and then go grab the car wash. Completely forgot to get the car wash. So I had to spawn that wasp, and then I accidentally spawned another one, so I had to get out and get the one that you get in Fox on Foot. It was a mess. But yeah.
Yeah. What would you say you'd probably be working on coming into your next runs?
Nothing. I just take it as it comes. I'm here to have fun, at least in the group stages. When it comes to the knockouts, I'll probably practice and whatnot if I get.
One last question from me, Gadie. Are you a woman?
Do you like to put in a little bit deep voice all the time so I can understand why people would think I was a male?
Okay, that's an answer enough for me.
So nothing is.
I am a proud lesbian. I use my pride flag in the chat.
Oh
Alright,
no!
I'll stop. I'm sorry.
I would stop. I think we're getting into slightly edgy territory there.
Just a little bit. Just for reference, I have the pride lesbian flag. It was the very first one I got, so it's a little bit of a meme.
No, what has happened to me this run? The funny. Look at this bust right at the end.
None of you got Streaky Gregs.
We're still waiting on that.
Oh, you got
yeah,
busted,
my
didn't you?
Yeah, I got busted in the tractor there. Just like what? All right.
And that was interesting.
Do it.
Yeah, well, we've been interviewing Gadie, so yeah, fort slapping on that run.
Well, 3 things have happened to me that I've actually never seen before.
Yeah, let's talk about the car going into the
house
in Hellfish. That was extreme.
Has that ever happened before to anybody?
The consensus
I've
was
never
that we
seen
had never seen it. Yeah.
Brilliant.
I mean,
I've certainly never seen it before.
I've
that-
had
yeah.
something kind of weird happen with those houses, but not in Hellfish.
No, I was a little upset about the late game because it looked like I was kind of playing okay, but I haven't played this game in a very long time. I do kind of intend to get back into it, but I've been sick for the past 15 days, so I couldn't really prepare much. The only practice I did was yesterday. And
Your effort with out of bounds.
yeah, I spent a lot of my time learning out of bounds, and then I choked it as well. But
I wasn't expecting you to go for out of bounds, but you pulled it
no,
off.
I did look through Liquid's run, take down a bunch of notes for the changes I wanted to make in my route. So I did try to make a few different changes, but there's still a lot of things I want to change. I'm gonna practice a lot more, probably before my next race, but.
Yeah, and that Septica wasn't great either.
Oh no! Yeah, see, it's all the new things I kind of messed up, and then I had that race. And I was like, where I did like 3 180s.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
But a 145. Technically, this is my first finish run back because yesterday I didn't finish my run, so I'm fairly happy with that. I'm having fun with the game, so. Thanks for like hosting the tournament, because without it, I don't think I really would have got back into the game for a bit, even if it's just gonna be a little bit, enjoying it. So. We were treated to a surprisingly competitive race by all accounts, and that's exactly what we wanted to see. So thank you to both our runners. Yeah, that's so good.
And thank you as well to Sid, who I believe this was their first time commentating today. Thank you very much.
Yeah. That's right.
Cool.
And,
is there anything else that we wanted to say?
No, not really.
There is another run in like an hour, I think it is.
There
There's
is,
another run
absolutely.
between- There's
Yeah.
another run between Smith and Lambton at 3 o'clock.
Yes, there
and
is.
Aqua and Original are going to be commentating that. So watch out for that.
Yeah, that is in just in a little over an hour's time. We will be back. 2 new commentators, 2 new runners, even more excitement.
Mm.
So thank you all for watching this very latest race. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of you very soon with the next race being commentated by Aqua and the mystery second commentator. We don't know yet.
Might be Original, might be someone else. We don't know.
Yeah, you need to come into stream and to find out who it's going to be. So
Alright.
we'll see you very soon. Have
Bye.
a lovely day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.